yesterday we installed the variator. That made a pretty big difference on this Honda Metro. And then we installed the taller gears in the transmission. And that, yeah, the top speed went way up, but it was way too sluggish for it to be practical. So today we'll be installing the 81cc big bore kit, which it'll really wake it up. I haven't personally tried this kit. I always tried the 95cc that I have in my wife's. And we've sold a few, customers have been happy, but I'm gonna try this one. Let's get to work. All right, so it's all out. Got everything off. I still need to pull this gasket and scrape the gasket. But here is the comparison. Here's the stock bore. Here's the big bore. Quite a big difference here. Quite a big difference here. Oh, here's the piston. Big difference. So we're using the stock head, unfortunately, because we can't get the performance head anymore. And we got a camshaft. So here is the big mod that you have to do if you want to run this big of a cylinder in your motor. So if you notice, this cylinder has the temperature sensor. This one doesn't. We're still going to plug this in. We're just zip tie it out of the way. We're just not going to use it. The walk around, if you want to run this kit. So here is the Tia's jamming out over there.
Sorry, I just turned it down. It was loud.
Yeah, so here's the walk around. This hole can't be there. Basically, we wish it was machine closed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tap it out, tap the hole out so it has threads, and then you take an Allen stud. You're going to screw it down so that it's below, it's not flush, it's just a ways in. That'll allow you to run this kit perfectly. Our 95cc had a mod you had to do. This is a much easier mod. So if you want to do that kit, this is what you got to do. This kit is for the real gearheads. So if you don't do that, see this hole? That's where you get a big oil leak, right there. See that? That's why that needs to be closed off. And then as far as the bottom side, see you've got this cut out here. You don't have to worry about that on the engine case. Let me show you. Right there, it just goes into the basic engine block. It's flat, there's nothing there. Just so you know. The other thing to touch on is we had this tuner custom made to deliver a heck of a lot more fuel than any other tuner out there because we have such a big kit. Like for instance, if you did the Melosi tuner on this kit, it wouldn't run right. You wouldn't have enough fuel. So there's a little bit of work around here, but I'm telling you, this kit makes your scooter a whole nother deal. You'll see. Just watch. In the comments, I'm almost positive I'll get somebody saying, if I don't throw this in there, that's why I'm throwing this in there. Why don't you just get a bigger scooter? Well, in Denver, Colorado, if you have a 49cc, you don't need a motorcycle license, just a driver's license. You don't need a license plate. You get a low-powered scooter registration. It's $5.85 for 3 years. And here's the biggest perk. You park on the sidewalk, just like a bicycle, which is awesome because if you work downtown Denver and you're paying $5 or $10 a day for parking, that gets very expensive. That's a little hack. So then you upgrade your scooter with a big bore kit, and now you have the power of like a 150 or 125cc, and you still have the 50cc. Just a little education. Okay, so this is what needs to happen to plug this hole. Here I've got a 1/2 inch by 13 tap, and I've got a, 27/64 drill bit. I need to drill that out so that I can allow for the tap. Then I'll tap it and install this little plug. I'm going to go down far enough so that it doesn't protrude over the top of the head, and then that will plug the hole. So I've got it drilled out. Obviously it's not much at all. You can see just like barely made it bigger. Now I can take this tap it, and we can get this guy in there. Now I can simply put my little plug in there just like that. That's what you need to do to make this work. Just plug that hole off. It's not that big of a deal. This camera is not the best for close-ups, but there it is. Okay, so once you've put the plug in, you just want to put some cold weld over the top like JV Weld because we want to make this flush. So I'm going to take this file it down. Of course, I don't want to hit this guy, the bottom of the cylinder head, and we're just going to make it flush. Okay, so here's the finished result. It, if you notice there, it's completely flush, as if it was made that way. There's a little bit of imperfection. You can put a little bit of silicone over that, high temp, but that's how you do it. This is the hack to get an 81cc in your Honda Metro. Okay, she's all done. She starts up nice. I just want to talk to you guys about this tuner. I'll turn the key on. This is pretty unique. We had this built custom for this big bore. So what you do is you push this middle button. So as I move this over and back like this, I'm adjusting the idle, the 1,000 to 3,000 RPM, and kind of cancels out after a little while. But that's the green, that's like low. When you push it again, that's mid-range. So that's between idle and high speed. So 3,000 to 4,000, somewhere around there. And then you push it again, and you get red. This just adjusts the high speed, so you can move it all the way over or all the way back. It's very easy to tune. If you push this button, see how I'm moving the green up like this? That controls the RPM. So if you want to move it from 500 to 1500 RPM at an idle, then you go to that. Let me get back to that. Then you can move that map around basically. Most likely you're not going to be using this function. And then same thing with the high speed. You can move that around as well. So that's how it works. Basically all you're going to be using is this green and the red. That's pretty much it. And once you've got it tuned, you don't have to mess with it again. You just put it up under the seat, bolt it down, and that's how the tuner works. Very, very easy. Again, we had this tuner custom made for this kit. Let's see what this son of a gun's got. Oh yeah. 81cc, transmission gears, high-speed variator, and performance camshaft. Oh, and the tuner. So here we go. All right, here's our little loop that we're doing here. Go around here, full throttle. Oh, I can't do full throttle on that turn. It goes off too fast. So here we go. There we go. So I don't want to open it up for a extended amount of time since it's a brand new motor, but I got it to like 43. I know it'll do 50. Pretty significant difference. I notice it really comes on like mid-range. So like, let's flooring it again. Kind of going up the hill too. So this used to be the original top speed. Now, I can just punch it, and then you've got even more. And again, I'm going up the hill, cruising up the hill like 40 miles an hour. I don't want to push the motor too hard though, because it's a brand new motor. Last thing I need is to mess it up or break it in first. I call that a success. En route, I'm gonna drop this hot rod back there off to Tim, see what he thinks about it. I'm pretty excited. I love doing performance work on these things. It's like the funnest thing. So I just dropped it off. Tim's out test riding it. Let's see what he thinks. I got Tim here, the owner. He's gonna tell you what he thinks of this hot rod.
Yeah, the acceleration off the line was a little bit less than what I had thought. It was better than stock, but a little bit less than what I thought, which, although is good because I'm not falling off the back of the bike at the line, Its gradual intake, from the line, it's great. Once you get to that mid-range and beyond, it's very smooth and very fast. And you can feel the power pickup. It doesn't. It smoothly goes into it, and the speed is amazing. Going downhill and uphill is amazing, and the reaction time to it is perfect. It's something you just have to get used to. The suggestion was to go with lighter rollers, but I'm going to work that in and see how that goes, and then we'll go from there. But right now, I'm very, very pleased with it and very happy with the results.
Perfect, and he's going to break it in nice and good.
Nice and slow. Yeah, nice and slow. Take it easy.
All right.
Don't break it right away.
Well, thanks for that.
You bet.
I just wanted to take a minute and improvise on what Tim was talking about. Like, he expected more of a burst off the low end. So if we didn't do the transmission gears, we could have totally made that thing wheelie off the line. But then your top speed is still only 32 miles per hour. By upgrading the gearing so that you have a higher top speed, you're going to lose a little bit of the bottom end. In order to correct that, you simply just do lighter rollers. However, that affects the top speed. So there's a balance between wanting to take off fast and still having that top speed. It's kind of like, if you put it in third gear on a bicycle and you go to take off, it's going to be a little bit, rougher on the takeoff, but once you get up to speed, it's going to be a lot easier. Or if you put it in first gear, you can only pedal so fast. It doesn't matter if Lance Armstrong is riding the bicycle or not. That's pretty much what I'm referring to as like the 32 mile an hour. We changed the gearing basically. And now we have the muscle from the 81cc to push that to go to higher top speed. So I just wanted to educate you guys. If you do this kit, you might think about doing lighter rollers. But in all honesty, I think it's perfectly fine the way it is. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Yeah, so that thing was wild. Imagine if you did intake and exhaust. It'd really wake it up.